Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be solving Cambridge A-Level Information Technology Paper 4 for May-June 2024. You have been supplied with the following source files. I have the files here. Create a folder called examination. You must save all your work in this folder. So create a folder called examination. All these files should be copied to the examination folder. Do not delete the source files. So we'll be doing task 1 now. Open cake sales data.xls in a spreadsheet application. So this is the required file. So you can see this file contains 3 sheets. April orders is given, customer details are given, and the product details are given. So in this products, you can see the cake name is there. The supply in the numbers is given and the price is given here and the tax code is shown. These are the details of the customers. Now go to April orders. In this you can see these are the number of cakes for each order and there are these different types of cakes and the date ordered is shown here. Now, so we have examined the 3 weeks. They contain data for the bakery sales for April 2024. The cost of each product is shown in the products worksheet. Note that items with a tax code A, the items which are having tax code A must be increased by 20%. Create a single replicable formula to calculate the cost including tax of an item in an order. So you can see in column M, you have to find the cost of each cake for the order. So first let's copy this, the name of the cakes into column M. So we have the name of the cakes pasted here from column M to U. As shown here, M to U, we have all the cake names. Now we have to calculate the cost. So the cost will be calculated. So this is the number of cakes and the cost for each cake is given here. So first we need to look up the price for each cake and multiply by this number. So for that I will use a VLOOKUP function equal to VLOOKUP. Now we have to look up the cost for almond delight, this one. So select this cell. Now it should be a single replicable cell. So when you replicate this, the column will change and the row will be fixed. It is row 1 always. So make sure you make the row absolute by adding $sign for this one. Now the table array is the products table. Select the complete table and make sure it is absolute because it is going to be replicated. So make sure it is absolute by adding the $sign. Now the column index number is 3 because it's in products, the price is so 3 and then give 0 as the range lookup. Give OK. So we got the price for almond delight. Now we need to multiply this with the number of cakes. So this formula should be multiplied by number of cakes here. Now we have to also increase it by 20% if the tax code is A. So first we need to check whether the tax code is A. So if it is A, it should be increased by 20%. Otherwise, it will be the same. So that means whatever we found, this should be multiplied by 1.2, uh, means with an increase of 20%. 1.2 if the tax code is A. Otherwise, you can keep as it is or you can multiply it by 1. So this is the formula now. Now this should be multiplied by tax code. So for that, I will give multiplication symbol. Then if you can use the same VLOOKUP, only the column index will change because we need to look up the tax code. So if I'm using the same VLOOKUP, the column index will be 4. If the value in the fourth column, that is the tax code, equal to A. If it is A, then we have given the multiplication symbol. It should be multiplied by 1.2. That means 1 and 20%. So 1.2. Otherwise, it should be the same. So just give 1. So close the bracket here. So what we did is first we looked up the price of the cake. So this is the price of the cake. Then multiplied it with the number of cakes which is given in cell C2. And then we are checking whether its tax code is A. If it is A, we have to increase by, that means this complete thing should be multiplied by 1.2, otherwise 1. So you got the value here. Now you can replicate it here and then replicate it down. So you got all the values. Now you can see it is pound 2 decimal place. So let's right click, go to format cells, currency, pound 2 decimal place. Now we need to calculate the total for order. So total for order, it will be the sum of all these values. So equal to sum of these values. You can replicate this. So we got the sum. So this is the required spreadsheet. We have added all the cost for each cake and we have found the total for the order. Save your spreadsheet as April bakery sales followed by your center number and candidate number. So file, save as. Inside your examination folder, April bakery sales followed by your center number and candidate number. Save. So we have the required data in this file. Next task, create a database using the data from your spreadsheet. Save the database as April invoice followed by your sender number and candidate number. So create a database to display the invoice as shown, whose terms are monthly. So if you look at this, you can see we need the customer details here. We need the account ID, the date of order, the order ID, and the total which we calculated. So these are the required data. Now, so let's open Access for the database, blank database, and the name should be April invoice followed by your center number, candidate number. Center number and candidate number. Save inside your folder, examination folder, give OK, and then create. You can close this table. Now let's import the data. Go to external data, data source, choose Excel file because we have saved as a spreadsheet. Click on browse, select the file, open. So first let's import the April orders. Some fields cannot be used as field names. So anyway, we won't be using all the field names. We need only order ID, date, the total, and the account ID. Others we can skip. So give OK, click next. So order ID, account ID. All these fields can be skipped. So just click on this, do not import. Date is required. These fields can be skipped. Total is required. Click next. Choose my own primary key. Primary key will be order ID. Click next and then finish. So this is our April orders. We have order ID, account ID, the date and total for order. So you can see the date is shown in DDMMYYY format. So let's change that. Go to the design view, click on date, remove the format which is given there, and select short date. Save. So this is the required data for April orders. Now let's import the customer details. Go to external data, customers, click next. First row contains field names. In this one, we need almost all the fields. Some outstanding is not required. You can remove that. Then click next. Choose my own primary key. Account ID will be the primary key here. Click next and then finish. So now we need to create a relationship between this. Go to database tools, relationships, April orders, and the customer. So we can link it with account ID. We can create a one-to-many relationship between account ID. Click on create. So the relationship is created. You can save. Now for creating this report, we have to first create a query with the required data. Go to create report wizard. First query design. Add both these tables. Now according to this, we need the company name, we need the account ID, the address fields and telephone. So let's add those. Account ID, company name, street address, town, postcode, contact person is not required, telephone number and terms also are needed. Then we need order ID, date and total. So order ID, date and total. So this is the required data. Now we need to send invoice to only the customers whose terms are monthly. So under terms, you have to give the criteria monthly. So this is the criteria. Run the query. So these are the required data for the customers. Now let's save this. Save this query. Okay. Now we can prepare the report. So go to create report wizard. Go to query 1. Add all the fields. We don't need terms, that you can remove. Click next. Click next, and then do you want to add any grouping? So here you can see this is grouped according to the customer. So let's group according to the company, then we can do the adjustments in the design. So I'll give company name here. Click next. It is portrait, and here you can see the title is invoice. So let's give invoice. Finish. So this is the report. Now let us go to the design view. You can see here in the header this image should be inserted. So this should be in the center. Black. Now insert the image. This is the document header. Now give the background color as white. Now you can see here the company name is there, then the address fields and the telephone number. So in the page header, you can, page header is not required. You can remove the company account ID, street address, town postcode, and telephone number. Now here in the company header, you need to bring the account ID should be here, street address, town and city, postcode, telephone number. Now before the company name, you have to add the text for. So draw a label box. It should be bold and the size is little bigger. There should be a field, telephone number. Now you can see there is a line below this. Then the account ID should be shown. So draw a line. This is a line. So you can see the layout view. It is shown this way. We'll arrange it. Design view. So the account ID is added. Now the field names, date, order ID, and total should be there in the same name. So we have, these are the field names. Bring it here. So first date, then order ID, and total. All these are bold, black, and similar size. So let's give 14 here. And remove the page number and this one. Now date should be below this, order ID here, and total here. In the page footer, you have to show this text from bankdetails.rtf. So you have your bankdetails.rtf here. Copy this and paste it here on the page footer. Let's go to the layout view to arrange the data. It should be completely white all. So go to the layout, go to the print preview, go to the layout view, make sure this is fine. Go to the design view, right click on the group header, fill color should be white, alternate fill color should be also white. Here also in this detail, right click, fill color white, alternate fill color, again white. In the footer, fill color must be white. Font ID, This you can make. The size was given 14, but it's little bigger. We can make it 13. Now let's check the layout view. Now for the total, we have to show the group total. So go to design view again. You can see after the date, order ID and total, there is a line, then the total should be shown. So just make sure little bit space is here. Go to report design, draw a line here. Now select total for order. Go to totals, sum. You can see the layout view now. The line should come just above this sum. So let's change it. So the line must be here above the sum this way. Now you can go to the layout view. So here the sum is shown for all data. For the footer also, make sure fill color is white and alternate fill color is again white. Now if you check the print preview, you can see it shows this way, but according to the question, you must include total cost for each customer. The dates must be in ascending order. So go to the design view, go to group and sort, group on, add a sort here, give date, ascending order from oldest to newest. So if you check the print preview, it is shown this way. Each invoice must start on a new page. So each group must be on one page. For that, go to the design view. So click on the footer here, company name footer, and then on format, you have force new page. So here you can give after section. So after every section, there will be a new page. You can see the print preview. Now the total is shown for each group. So there will be 3 groups. We have to make sure the header is shown. So we have to move this to page header. This is in the report header. In the report header will be shown only in the first page. To repeat on every page, we have to give in page header. Let's move this to page header. Now let's check print preview. So this is the first page. Go to design view now. This sum is not required. We need only the sum for the group. So now it is fine. All the data are shown properly. Make sure this line is not visible. Go to the design view, select this. On format, shape outline, transparent. So when you see the print preview, there won't be any line here. You need to make this bold. To make it bold, we have to add as the label box. You can copy this. It should be black. Now you can check the print preview. So this is the exact copy which is required. Export the invoice in a single PDF file, April invoice followed by your sender number, candidate number. So let's export this. Right click, export PDF. The name must be April invoice followed by your sender number and candidate number. So this is the required invoice. This is the end of the database task. Next is mail merge, which will be done in another video. Thank you for now.